So we're just gonna sit for a moment and be still and focus on the breath. Sit up straight, chest open, hands on your thighs, palms face up, with your eyes closed. Just do some conscious breathing. Notice the way the air moves in through your nose. Feel how the lungs expand. So you're setting your intention for your practice. Nice, calm, mindful breathing. It's going to help to open up the muscles and help to pump blood more evenly through the body. All right, then open your eyes and let's start stretching. Your first pose, child's pose. Bring your big toes together. Take your knees wide enough for your ribs to fit in between. Then stretch forward. Then bring your gaze forward. Inhale, come up onto your hands and your knees. Step your right foot up in between your hands and scoot your left knee back just a little bit. Point the toes back. Bring your hands to your right knee and begin to upright yourself. As you stretch down through your left shin, draw your navel into the front of your spine. Take your left arm up. And feel the connection between the stretch of the left arm and the reach of the left shin. And then bring your hand back down. Step your right knee back and your left foot up. Point the right toes back. Bring your hands to your left knee. Start to upright yourself. And as you stretch down through the front of your right hip, draw your navel in and up. Take your right arm up. Bring your hand back down. Bring your left knee back. All right, now plant your hands flat. Spin your inner arms forward and stretch back to down dog. Put a little bend in your knees. Lift your hips up. Stretch the hands down evenly. And as you turn the inner arms up to the ceiling, pull up through the knees, up through the hips. Lift the heels, open up the soles of the feet. Then bring your feet close together. Keep a lift through your hips, but take your left foot behind your right foot behind your left heel, and then stretch the heel down towards the floor. This is a great stretch for your calf muscles. And then uncross and change sides. Left foot comes to the back of the right heel. Then uncross, take your feet the width of the mat. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Put just a little bend in your knees and fold forward. Let your head drop. Then grab a hold of your elbows. Change the clasp of the elbows. Bring your hands onto your hips, stretch into your feet, and come all the way up to stand. Bring your feet together, stand in mountain pose. Chest open, balance between your right and your left foot. Make sure you're not leaning back or lean forward, and stand as tall as you can. Staying upright, take your arms forward, up and overhead, and as you reach to your heels, get as long as you can through the reach of your arms without leaning back or forward or right to left. And bring your hands to your heart and fold forward. Inhale, stretch your chest forward. Walk your hands out, one handprint at a time. Set your knees down. Lie down onto your belly. Stretch your toes back. And inhale, stretch your chest forward, cobra pose. So wake up the muscles of your upper back. With all the, if you're not very conscious of your posture while you're running, then the shoulders might start to sink forward. So we can start to create a more healthy pattern by turning on the muscles of the upper back here. Spin the shoulders. Open up your chest as you stretch the hands down evenly. Then lower your chest back down, press back up, and stretch back into child's pose. And come back up onto your hands and your knees. All right, so this is a great variation that we're gonna do next of side angle pose that I feel is really helpful to help to open up the inner leg. So, let me explain to you what I just did there. From your knees, step your right foot out to the side. Then with your hands on your hips, through the iliac crest, grow tall. Then start to lunge, hip towards the right heel. Don't let your inner knee cave in. Keep the knee tracking back with your ankle. Then put your right hand down onto a block. Open up your chest. Take your left arm, reach it up, bend the left elbow, slide the hand behind your head. So this is great stretch for your lat, help to open up your armpit chest. As you stretch down into your left knee, spread your inner groins. Like imagine your inner legs are doing the splits here, and see if the right knee can go deeper, further over the front of the ankle. Remember your conscious breathing. Use the breath to help to open up where it feels tight. All right, then take the arm back overhead and come back up. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, let's change sides. So left foot goes out to the side this time. Block onto the inside of the foot. Bend your knee. Put your hand down. Take your right arm up. Bend the elbow, slide the hand back behind your head. As you stretch down into your right knee, open up to the right chest, lift, stretch the elbow. And as you exhale, see if you can lunge deeper so the left knee starts to come further out over the ankle. Spread the inner groins, plug the navel up, breathe evenly into your lungs. Then release your arms, stretch it back over, and come back up. Nice. Okay. Next, let's do a variation of gate latch pose. So normally I would do, if you watch my other videos, we would do these same postures but standing. But if you could deconstruct the pose a little bit with the knee down, it can be beneficial after a run so that you don't have to work the leg muscles as much, so you get a deeper stretch. People who aren't practicing running, I want them to be on their feet. I want them to actually strengthen and stretch their muscles at the same time. But you just did a run, so you probably don't need to do that. Okay, so in this pose, the knee is down, the foot goes out to the side. I turn my inner thigh up so the knee points up to the ceiling. Spread the arms, reach and put the hand down. You might not need the block, you might just be able to put your hand down onto the floor. So this is like modified triangle gate latch variation. And then I take the arm all the way over. And come back up. Change sides. Right knee down, left foot out to the side. And again, based on your flexibility, I used to run, so I know in the heyday of my running, this would probably be stuck up on the block somewhere, but we'll just see where your flexibility is today. Instead of trying to jam yourself deeper into the stretch, go to where you feel the barrier, where you first feel your body resisting, or you feel a good sensation of stretch rather. Pause there, and then just breathe into that. Then take your arm all the way over. Instead of trying to like break past a limit of flexibility, instead just go to where you feel the sensation and practice mindful breathing. You have your actions in your pose, your inner thigh is turned up on your left leg, toes turn up, stretch the right knee down as you reach the arm. And then come back up. Feels good. Tall on your knees, bring your fingers to the tops of your buttocks, spin your shoulders, lift your chest and look up. And come back to center. All right, one last kneeling stretch that we're going to practice here is like a modified Parsvottanasana, sometimes referred to as half splits. So in this pose, I'll scoot my knee back just a little bit, and then I bring my hips back over top of the knee, and I dorsiflex this foot. Based on your flexibility, you might not need blocks, you might be able to have your fingertips down, you might be able to scoot the left knee back further to increase the stretch. As you stretch the center of this heel down, pull from the inner foot line up into the hip socket, pull your belly up, and as you reach your heart forward, actively push through the inner foot, but draw through the inner foot line up into the inner leg. And let the breath circulate evenly. And release, bend your knee, and change sides. All right, so start with the center heel descending. Pull the toes back towards you. From the inner big toe mound, pull all the way up through the inner line of the leg, up into your hip socket. Pull your low abs up. Then maybe you can start to go deeper. Maybe you can walk the hands further forward, reach the chest further towards the foot, but still keep the lift through the inner line of the leg. So I'm just showing different options for different levels of flexibility. One isn't better than the other. You don't have to try to go as deep as I'm showing. You can stay with the first variation and just breathe. All right, then come back up. So that does it for our variations of the standing poses. Now let's do a couple stretches for the ankles, keeping the toes pointing straight back. Put your thumbs onto your calf muscles or hands and smooth the calf muscles down. Start to sit back in between your heels without the knees twisting in or out. Sit up tall with the chest open. And keeping your chest open, twist to the right. Come back to center, twist to your left. Back to center. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Cross your legs. Start to sit back. Watch out for that block. All right, then sit with your legs wide apart. Put your hands at your side. Lift yourself up tall over your sit bones as you stretch your legs. All right, so level 1 flexibility. Well, not level 1, but most limited flexibility. You'll just work on sitting up tall as you work on stretching the legs straight and the knees pointing up. If possible, put your hands in front of you, but don't let your sacrum sink back. Keep the top of the buttocks, well, really sacrum, bone just above the buttocks, moving in and up. And maybe you can crawl the fingers forward just a bit. But imagine like I put like plate weights onto the tops of your thighs, let the groins, top thighs drop down. If you're very flexible, you can just walk all the way forward and put your chest down, whatever. And then come back up. Hook your inner knees, bend your knees, lie down onto your back. Then lift your hips up, slide the block underneath your sacrum on the medium height. Roll your chest open, and just take a few breaths. Then lift your hips up, move the block to the side, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and hug in. Oh, such a great stretch, especially for runners with hips, as opposed to runners without hips. Runners that get tight hips, the piriformis muscle can tend to get super tight, so just feel the side, outer butt starting to release. Let your hips release away from you, even as you bring your knee towards you. So good. Change the cross of the legs. And then release. Stretch your legs out. All right, this is the best part of the practice here. We just get to lie completely still. Let the body open up, turn your palms up, let your feet fall open, relax totally. For the next couple minutes, just practice watching your breath, your final meditation. And gently bend your knees. Roll over to your right side. Press yourself up to seated. All right, feel how good your body feels after you've done some stretching. Sit up tall. Bring your palms together. Thanks. Namaste.